corner, CJ. The broadcast is
I
now
love
live.
it. I love it. We are now live with another episode of the Blue Crocus Experience, and I'm joined today by the whole Speedy Junk Removal team. They are headed on the way to visit a customer and check in there. But CJ and Brandy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, excited to chat with you guys. So, I'm going to share this out to the groups, but give me and the listeners a little bit of an intro into who you guys are, what you're doing, and then we'll kind of go from there.
All right, so we are Speedy Junk Removal. We're based out of Houston, Texas. What we do is and we also do pressure washing services as well. We got started basically, it was just a idea that CJ had for a while, and he gave it more and more thought, and it just kind of flowed, and instantly it kind of just, it really worked out. We started getting like really busy and really reputable. Within like 6 to 8 months, we were like really in demand.
I love it. I love it. So you guys are based out of Florida, correct? So what? Tell us a little bit about the move from Florida.
So in Florida, I did retail. I was a retail manager, and I managed a gym. I have like a lot of retail management experience. And CJ, he was an automotive painter and then an industrial painter. So in Florida, we just have regular jobs, and throughout our regular job course, we've always tried to do our own entrepreneurship. I had a credit repair business that was really successful. It was just something I didn't enjoy. So I've always been really good at social media marketing and networking through social media. I've always had like a large following on social media and knowledge how to build a following. I've helped quite a few successful YouTubers build their following some years ago when YouTube came into play. So it's something I've always been good at. And in Houston, when he told me that he had this idea, my first thought is, oh, well, we're going to have to like make you a Facebook. You're going to have to be comfortable with going on Facebook, answering questions. You're going to have to start meeting people. You're going to have to start, answering questions. You're going to have to start answering the phone. And as we started, we learned more and more that it wasn't something that CJ can do alone, that we were missing a lot of customers because he wasn't able to drive and be on the phone. So I kind of became his sidekick, answering the phone. So every time people they ask for CJ, they always hear from me.
That's so funny. That's so funny. So when was it? When was it that you guys got started?
I believe it was 2020, huh? What do you think? I think it was 2020, right when COVID happened.
I love it. A good time to be getting into business. How were you guys kind of freaked out a little bit when that happened?
We were really scared, and we had just moved here, so we were kind of bummed. We were like, great, we're not going to get to explore Texas. We're not going to be able to, go out to eat. Everything is changing. We saw a total different side of Texas, and we didn't get the full welcome to Houston, Texas experience because of it.
Yeah. Cool. So you guys, there's CJ. Yeah, pop it in there. CJ's driving right now. If you're listening on the podcast, but if you're live, anybody who's listening live, drop comments as well. Any questions you have for CJ and Brandy, we'd love to drop those in. So you guys jump in. Social media has been big for you. Social media, I've seen that. You guys started a Facebook group on it. And whatnot. So talk a little bit about your social media journey, and I'd like to hear some tips from you for people who are watching or listening later on how they can grow their junk removal business on Facebook. Because a lot of people are like, Facebook's useless, but I disagree, and obviously you do as well.
Yeah, I definitely disagree. Matt and Joni too, and Ricardo too, and a lot of them do have professional social media presence. And the reason why that is important is because if you're advertising on Facebook at all, and you are just, I don't know, your name is just Joe, and then you don't look like a reputable company, people are not going to hire you. People tend to spend more money on companies that have a large following and have a really good referral program. And I think that a lot of our success is because of social media. We have a really good way of meeting people on social media, speaking to them, letting them know what we do, And we also, like, if we do work for a contractor, we'll try to take pictures with the contractor and we'll try to shout the contractor out too. And we'll also let our Facebook audience know what they do as well. So it's not just, all about us, it's about other small businesses as well. If we stop at other small businesses that we like, we share it. And it's just been huge for our success, I think. Especially, it gives you a good way to connect with people. We're pretty large also in like contractor groups, the Woodlands groups. People will tag us because they know who we are and they're confident when they tag us that we're going to do a good job. Not just because they see others tagging us, they know who we are, they know what we do, they know we always show up on time and we always get the job done and we're dependable.
I love it. I love it. You talked about your referral program, and obviously tagging contractors, that's huge for them. That's huge for, you to shout them out to your whole following. But talk a little bit about your referral program. How does that work? What does that look like? And how do people benefit from it?
So we don't really have like a certain referral program. What we do is when realtors refer their clients to us, it's more so for realtors is we'll send them a $25 gift card somewhere to eat. Usually it's a Laundry's restaurant, so they can get like an appetizer or something, to drink just on us. And it's just a way of saying that we appreciate you and thank you, for thinking of us and trusting us with your clients.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. How do you find your realtor connections? Like what percentage of your business comes from referrals like that?
What do you think? What percentage, CJ? I think, like right now, this job that we're going to do is actually from one of CJ's friends in Facebook friends and it's kind of a little off topic, but it's sort of on topic. It's from one of CJ's friends from, I think it's from Trash Talk, and his name is David. You know his last name? His name is David. We'll figure it out and tag him in it. But I think he's located in Oklahoma. So that just goes to show how powerful social media is and how powerful those connections are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I
huge.
forgot, I forgot your question. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think, I mean, you guys are examples of the fact that social media is so powerful. And you say you're going to a job from a connection from a guy in Oklahoma. It sounded like you said.
Yes.
Yeah,
When we started, and me and CJ sat down and we built his social media, we started slow, but we kind of would build it up. We would search for realtors. We would search for property managers. We would add like a lot of contractors. We also joined every group in Houston, the Willowbrook groups. We have about 160 of them that we actively share. But we also take the time to do a let's get to know me post. Let's get to know you do post too, and it's a good way to build a connection in networking, because the hardest thing when we started was not being able, because of COVID, not being able to network. So I think it changed for a lot of people where you can't just go out and walk into a realtor's office and pass out candy. They told us no. Still, we tried to do that, face-to-face networking, and a lot of people, they work from home now. It's very hard to walk into property management even because they only work 1 or 2 days.
yeah, yeah, 100%. 100%. And social media, I mean, a lot of people overlook it, but there's a massive power that can come from social media. Talk a little bit about the lifestyle, the junk removal lifestyle and tricks group. Like what made you guys start that? And obviously it's grown to be one of the biggest junk removal groups out there. What was the thinking behind that?
I don't know. I just kind of liked how other people had their own group, and I wanted to create our own group and see how far it would be. I thought it would be a good idea if I ultimately do get into professional marketing and become like, I guess, like what I want to do now is I want to coach other people. So I want to become a business coach and teach people how to make money running their own business without having to, rely on hiring somebody. Some people, they don't have the funds or they don't want to hire a marketer. It's very hard to hire somebody that you can trust. So my take on creating the group was ultimately because of that. But I didn't expect us to get more than, when we reached 2,000 members, I was like, oh, wow. And then when we reached 5,000, I was like, oh, wow. And now we're at 7,000. And I think we have, I know you're an admin of the group, so can you see those requests right now?
Yeah, I'll pop over there. But yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that want to get in, right?
yeah. And now we're starting to screen like a little bit more because we will have some people in there that just come in there to talk crap. And we get a lot of prank calls too because of it. So
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. And once we got 1,000 members, I think people just started joining.
yeah. There's like 100 people waiting to jump into the group right now.
Yeah, we're trying to be more tedious and careful with who we let in because we don't allow any of that. We don't allow people to self-promote in there, which means we don't want people to come in and say, I'm in Maryland and I do junk removal. Here's my contact information. And then also we don't want marketers to share in there because it's annoying. If you want to hire somebody, you'll make a post, hey, who do you use for marketing? And I think we found you to do the website, which is really reputable. But when we started, man, we had so many people that would just call us every day. You want to do some marketing? I'll do a website for you. $5.99 for the website. Then I'm like,
Yeah, no, exactly.
no.
Exactly. So what you talked a little bit about the soft washing, the power washing and whatnot. How has that gone together with junk removal? Obviously, they're kind of complementary services of still cleaning, but talk a little bit about how that came about.
So that actually was a business that we purchased for my brother-in-law for his birthday. And we decided instead of buying him a car, that we were going to spend about $2,500 on equipment, and we were going to let him use our truck and try to teach him entrepreneurship. Pressure washing is a lot harder than junk removal. You have to be so careful. And for us, we don't advertise it, but we do still offer this service. It's a nice little add-on because when we're doing junk removal, if a driveway is dirty, we can recommend the services, and we don't really have to push it. I honestly, I don't like it. We don't like it, but hey, it's a way to keep our customers with us. A lot of junk removal companies in Houston so Houston is weird. We don't have a lot of companies that are just junk removal. We have a lot of property preservation companies. So a lot of people will do it all. They'll paint, they'll do the floor, they'll do the junk removal, and they'll do the pressure washing. So the pressure washing is something that we have that we can offer the customers in addition.
I love it. I love it. Very cool. That's a great birthday gift. What if someone were to start, like if you guys were to start all over again, what would you do differently?
Yeah. Oh, so it didn't really work out with his brother. He really hated it, and he's doing something he loves now. But that's how we grew to take it over. So we just have the
That's
equipment.
that's funny.
I can do junk removal all over again.
Yeah.
I think I would definitely. I wouldn't have purchased my first truck. I think I would have aimed to purchase something stronger, and I definitely wouldn't have spent 40 grand on a F-150. Um, a lot of people, they don't realize that you need something strong and something cheap to fix. We just went through something to where we have to buy another truck, and we really wanted to buy a diesel truck, but those repairs are not cheap and they're more expensive to insure. So from the beginning, I definitely will recommend when you start, even if you think you don't need it, to make sure you have at least a Super Duty truck, something, not an F-150, at least an F-250 if you like Dodge. Make sure it's a strong enough motor. I think in them they have the Cummins, but they also have the Hemis. Make sure you understand what you're getting into, because we started with a 2003 Toyota Tundra, and it couldn't handle it. The fans were blowing out. Yeah, I mean, you could really start with anything, but as you grow and purchase your equipment, lean more towards the business versus your personal preference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Another thing that I would say also is I would spend more time speaking to my competitors versus jumping into it, because over time I learned a lot from other people. I think we also have a group chat for Houston, and we have everybody that does junk removal in Houston. The people that are pretty reputable. Also, we invite the people that are just getting started too, just so we can make sure people don't leave on money on the table. Because in the beginning, I think we left a lot of money on the table, and a lot of people, they didn't want to help us in the beginning. I think Houston, a lot of people are intimidated, and I think one person that helped us a lot was, I think his name is Ito with Tribal, and we really looked up to him, and he helped us so much. But I wish I found him sooner. That way, whenever CJ had a question, he could ask him versus him asking all those questions in the group, like how to price. Because when we're leaving money on the table because we think we should be charging this much, over time you'll realize before you know it, if you're not charging correct, or you could have charged an extra fee because the things were in the backyard, and then before you know it, you realize that you left $6,000 on the table over the course of a month or 2 months, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's business, right? You live and learn. CJ, what were you saying about mentors? Like, what would your tips be for someone starting out?
My biggest tip is to get a mentor, another junk caller, and that's going to be the best advice I can give anyone. And ask them all your questions. Somebody that is willing to help you out on your journey.
Yeah, cool.
I had a mentor. His name was Vince, and he's with Junk Guys, and he's in Austin, right? Texas.
Yeah, Vince is...
Anytime I had a question, he would help me out. So get a mentor, find a mentor.
And I think that with Vince, for him, like he was not in Houston, but he was in Austin, and we have very similar markets. And
tell him how he helped him.
He helped him a lot when we first started. I guess CJ was on social media talking to everybody, and a lot of people, they wouldn't write him back. And I think Vince was one person that gave CJ some pictures to use, gave him a lot of tips, told him who to follow, how to make a post, and really
what YouTube videos to watch.
I don't know if y'all can hear him, but yeah, he really helped him out. I think if anybody wants to start a business, it's really important to have mentors, and it's also really important to know how to market. So there wasn't a lot that we didn't do from the beginning that we would change. I think we went into it with a full written business plan. I developed a business plan for us. The only thing I would change is research what you should charge way more. Call your competitors. You don't necessarily have to, act as a shop or do that. A lot of people will be open with you because they don't want you to undercharge. Call your competitors. What are they charging? How do they charge? We figured out, I think, like 13 months into it, that the easiest thing to do was charge by the cubic yard. If you have to go in the backyard, if it's construction, charge higher. If it's curbside, offer discounts, because you can do more curbside pickups. But if you have to go in the backyard, it's going to take up way more time than even driving an hour.
Yeah.
And for us, we don't take dirt or concrete, and that's a whole nother story. But stay away from those jobs unless you're getting paid a lot of money, because it's not worth. Don't ever take dirt if you do not. Because that stuff is heavy and it'll. We're not even gonna get into that. It was our third month, and some guy conned us into taking dirt, and we only charged $250. But oh my gosh, did we learn! It was wet dirt too. It was so hard because we were still learning the dump. So we went to one dump, they were closed. We had to go all the way to the other side of the town, and our tires blew out, and we had a single axle trailer. It was our Toyota Tundra. The rim bent. Thank God my husband's brother was like right around the corner, came, took the rim off for us, brought us a jack, took it to the tire shop. We had a client that worked at the tire shop, so he hooked us up. But man, as soon as we got that rim on there, after all that headache, we had to go to the dump and dump the dirt and shovel the crap out. Oh my gosh. Don't just start without a teacher. We learned that if the job is hard, if the job involves a lot of labor and bending, it's always better to find a skid guy in your area and hire them. Work together with everybody, because a lot of junk removal companies that we partner with, they have skid machines. They have the machines. So they'll just load our dumpster, and we don't have to worry about doing these heavy jobs and these big construction jobs that have like dirt and trees.
They'll pass your work and you'll pass them work.
Yeah, and a lot of our work too, which we learned late. We learned this since year 2, when we were like, okay, well, we should be partnering with our competitors, not working against them, because if we're all charging the same thing, I'm busy, you're slow, I'm going to send you work, and we're going to make sure we're all charging correctly. If you have a question, ask me. If I have a question, ask you. We've teamed up with some other companies too on larger jobs as well. And yeah.
It's worked out all right. Yeah. Don't charge $200 for unloading a trailer and ruining your trailer.
Yeah.
I love it.
Don't be afraid to charge if it's tile or concrete and it's too heavy for your equipment. Don't be scared to say no.
Every customer is not your
in the beginning, we sent a lot of work to that competitor that helped us out a lot, which was Ito with Tribal Junk Haul. We couldn't do something, we didn't even worry about it. We would just send it his way, because you know what? He can take care of it. We're not going to lie to the customer. We don't have a dump trailer. We didn't have a dump trailer. We have one now. We don't have the equipment to do it. We don't have the knowledge. And some jobs we were scared, but eventually, if you need, you can use my dump trailer. So one day he let us use his dump trailer, and after that we went out and bought it. We were like, okay, this is, we need this. We can't keep passing up on work, losing money.
I love it. I love it. Joseph Martinez is in one of the groups here, so it doesn't bring up his name, but I can see it on the other screen. He says, "Hey, Brandy," and he says, "What's it like working together as a married couple? What's the biggest hurdle growing a business working with someone you see 24/7?"
He's gonna kill me for this, but he's annoying. Like, just being around somebody all day, every day, you kind of like lose like your peace, like your you time. Me and CJ, we get along really well, but sometimes you just want to, be alone, and you can't, because my significant other, CJ is very clingy, and I'm the type of person, I enjoy like my personal space, and you kind of lose that when you're working with your significant other, for sure. So that's definitely the sacrifice of this, is I have to give up like me time, because when I get off work, I don't just get to, go in the room and listen to music and be alone. I got to hear about my husband's day all over again when I was with him the whole time. Like, I know about that. But it'll either tear you apart or bring you closer together.
I love it. CJ, what about you? What's your take on it? On working together as a married couple.
Well, for me, she's like my partner in the business, so to me it's very beneficial, because I could be hauling and I can be working, getting a lot of work done, and she'll come and collect payments with the tablet. She will answer the phone while my hands are on
CJ, don't be sugarcoating it. He asked you, what's the challenge? You gonna give the good, give the bad.
I'm saying all the good because there's more good. There's
okay.
A downside, to me, there's not much of a downside. We on each other's nerves a little sometimes, but that's like normal.
I'm a fun person to work with. I'm not
but we help each other a lot, and we get the job done. And to me, it's more of an upside. I can't really say a downside because she is the voice of the business. She communicates with the customer. She communicates on the phone. She communicates with payments, and it helps me get my job done in junk removal a lot smoother, a lot quicker.
Do you feel like there's no challenges because I take on like the head of the company?
I mean, she does a lot of hard work. My weakness is communicating with the customers, and she's really good in sales, and that would be my other weekness. So, and she's good in sales and marketing. So,
and obviously, I
just
can't
have
lift.
Good things to say. I have nothing but good things to say. The only I can.
What? Wait a second. Hold on. I've been stronger. Hold on a second.
I take that back. She's actually does a better job than some guys we've had help.
But my body can't handle it more so.
Yeah, she gets tired quick. So yeah. I guess I can't really say anything bad.
I love it, guys. That's funny. If we're still here together, I think you guys are still there. Let me know if you can hear me. But
again, it came back. How far are we from the client? 14 minutes? Okay.
Exit 100.
Are you still there, Louis?
I'm still here. Yeah. And guys, you know, if you're listening in,
hear me?
We're here. We're here on a live.
Like you know. Robot.
Yeah, we're in here live with them, so connection is a little bit spotty. They're on the way to a client, but you know, you just heard from them talking about, you know, what it's like working as a married couple. We may be losing service here a little bit, so we may have to wrap it up. But if they come back, we'll tune back in here. Can you hear me? Okay, Brandy? Oh, I think we did just lose them for a second. So, but Joseph, I see your question. What's the next big move for Speedy? If they come back, I will ask that question. But this is it's kind of cool to see the people behind, you know, the group. You know, they are, looks like they just dropped off. They may jump back in here. They may have lost service, but it's cool to see how they've built the group out, how they've built their business predominantly on social media, you know, and using that as a strong force to grow their business. So if you guys want to hang around here for a second, we can. They may be dropping off here, but appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Some good comments. Josh, I see your comment there. Love to see this. It's cool to have them on with us. And actually, Brandy, if you watch this again, we've got several comments on your sunglasses. So good choice there. I think they may have lost service. So guys, appreciate you showing up. If you haven't checked out the Blue Crocus Experience on all the podcast networks and on YouTube, you can go check out all our videos on YouTube, and obviously recordings on the podcast. If you haven't gone over to Amazon and purchased the book for the Blue Collar ABCs, you can go check that out. I'm doing a little bit of a commercial break here to see if they're going to jump back in. But yeah, appreciate everyone who tunes in on the regular. Appreciate everyone. You know, I've got a couple people still here with us, which is awesome. Brandy just messaged me saying they cut off. I'll let her know. You can jump back in if they want. Otherwise, we may wrap this show up. But yeah, it's cool to see. And one of the fun things about this show for me is getting to see different people's businesses. We all get into it for different things. We all, like they were going through at the end as they kind of chopped up. Some people are working with their business partner as their spouse or significant other. Some people are in partnerships with their friends. Some people go it alone. But entrepreneurship is a it's a journey that we've all got going on here. So I am just waiting. Brandy, maybe typing here. One second, I'm just messaging her back. if you're listening on the podcast, we will edit this out later. But guys, I think we're gonna call it a day on that, unless I see them jump in the next like 5 seconds here. But appreciate everyone who showed up, and you guys have an incredible day.